The Fast and the Furious movies have just gotten more and more insane as time has gone on. I mean, they literally took a car into space. And along the way, well, pretty much every member of the Fast family started showing off some superhuman powers and abilities. They all basically became super soldiers. So today, well, let's put them up against the OG super soldier, Captain America himself. And in a fight here, well, can Captain America beat the Fast family? Well, let's find out. Born in Brooklyn, Steve Rogers was the son of a World War I veteran. Growing up, he was sickly, weak, physically unimpressive, but he still persevered and tried to do the right thing even if it meant he was going to get punched in the face. He tried multiple times to get into the military to fight in World War II, all because he couldn't stand others fighting while he just did nothing. Seeing his inner goodness, Dr. Abraham Erskine chose him to receive the super soldier serum, believing that he would do the right thing and wouldn't be corrupted by it. Transformed into Captain America, Steve Rogers fights for freedom and what he believes is right, all while becoming the leader of the Avengers and the first superhero. Thanks to the super soldier serum, Captain America became the pinnacle of all human potential, literally the perfect specimen, and arguably the strongest and toughest a guy can be. He's more than strong enough to consistently clown on people and one-shot them throughout fights, literally just tossing them around with ease and throwing them across the room with just one hand. Seriously, stuff like this isn't hard for him at all. It's just light work. And it's not just that Steve is strong enough to easily knock people out. He's strong enough to pick up a motorcycle or pick up another motorcycle and proceed to chuck it at a Jeep, then absolutely destroy that Jeep. He's even held back a helicopter before with just his pure biceps. Captain America is ridiculously strong, and he's been able to use this strength to fight against some pretty strong opponents throughout the MCU. I mean, even outside of other super soldiers like Black Panther or Winter Soldier, well, Cap has fought against Spider-Man and Iron Man and Corvus Glaive. He even kinda held back against Thanos for a second there. So yeah, Captain America is very, very strong. He's also very, very tough. I mean, Cap knows how to take a punch, and he'll take a beating and still be incredibly inspiring and heroic while he's doing it. He survived massive multi-story, just big old falls, and airdropped down from an airplane without a parachute. And Steve was even fine after being hit with a grenade blast, being blasted off a bridge, bouncing off a car, flying into a bus, then being in a car crash. The man is just pretty much impossible to put down. Through sheer will and determination, he'll keep on picking himself up and keep on fighting, even if he's the last man standing. He's taken repeated punches and attacks from the likes of Winter Soldier, Spider-Man, Iron Man, even attacks from Thanos. He's just going to keep on coming back no matter what. That's not even mentioning his shield. It can easily block bullets, block explosions, protect him from all sorts of attacks. It's virtually indestructible. I mean, not entirely indestructible. Thanos proved that, but Cap was still able to completely no-sell an attack from Thor with it. And Steve isn't just a super soldier, like he's not just super strong or super tough. Dude's also an absolutely amazing fighter. Arguably one of the best, if not the best, fighter in the MCU. Cap's been able to take down an elevator filled with Hydra agents, easily beat multiple people at once, clear whole rooms by himself, and actually routinely one-shots opponents. He's fought against plenty of skilled fighters before too. It's not just nameless thugs and goons. He's actually routinely fought against both powerful and skilled opponents, going up against Winter Soldier and Iron Man and Black Panther and all sorts of people. Then again, there's his shield. He is an expert at using it in a fight and is just incredibly dangerous and effective with it. He's been able to ricochet the shield off of pretty much anything, can hit multiple people at the same time, and no matter how Steve throws it, the shield always seems to find its way back to him. It also just packs a punch, seeing how it's able to get stuck in Ultron's body, bust through Iron Man's armor, and even sort of stagger Thanos. So, with just how powerful Captain America is here, could he defeat the Fast family? Well, I think in order to figure that out, when you take a look at the Fast family, and really just who are even considering a part of the Fast family. Well, obviously, for the most part, it's all of these guys. But that's a lot of characters, and a lot of them would still get one shot by Steve. Not all of them are superhuman after all, even if they are still surprisingly good fighters. So really what you're looking at here is Dom Toretto, Deckard Shaw, Luke Hobbs, and Jacob Toretto. Those are really the big four who we can call super soldiers at this point. And all of them are crazy strong and crazy tough. Like all four of these guys are able to one-shot normal people. Hobbs can even one-shot armored guards or massive men. Jacob was able to punch through a concrete wall, and because he can pretty easily scale to his brother and is basically on the same level as him, a lot of Dom's feats should be applying to Jacob as well. And Dom has a lot of superhuman feats. For starters, he's strong enough to lift cars. He can casually snap handcuffs, and like we all know, the street always wins. He straight up leveled a parking garage by stomping his foot. And that's not the only insane strength feat he's pulled off. Like, tell me that that's not something that Captain America would do right there. He's basically pulling off his own elevator fight here. Kinda like Jacob, a lot of Deckard Shaw's abilities come from scaling off of both Dom and Hobbs in their fights together. Then of course, you gotta talk about Hobbs, the most superhuman out of the bunch. He's been able to do such crazy stuff as denting metal with his punches, tearing apart a drone. He's been able to overpower pretty much anyone he's ever fought. And the craziest thing of all, Luke Hobbs has literally recreated the helicopter feat from Captain America. Like, we were all so impressed when Steve did it, and Hobbs just pulled off the same thing. That's insane. Now, Captain America should be stronger than all of them still. Might be close with Hobbs, but look at how even Hobbs struggled against someone like Brixton Lore. That's a true super soldier. He's got very similar feats to Cap, and Lore was able to overpower even Hobbs. I think it should be somewhat similar here, but factoring in that Cap will be fighting against Hobbs and Shaw and the two Toretto brothers, and I don't see him having just a massive strength gap that they can't overcome it. Of course, another thing to consider here is that all the Fast family are dang near indestructible, because it's written into their contracts. It's literally written in their contracts that they can't lose. So they don't lose and they don't get knocked out. They're all able to take an absolutely insane amount of punishment. Car crashes don't even seem to faze them. They can jump out buildings or skyscrapers, no problem. All of them are just walking tanks. They're superhuman. There's no way they should be surviving all of this stuff, and yet they do, and they do so unfazed. They're superhuman. What can I say? And you can argue that Cap is the more skilled fighter. Well, he probably is, Really, how much? I mean, Shaw is just as good a fighter as anything we've seen from Steve. Both Dom and Hobbs are basically his exact equals, and Jacob is an equal to Dom. So, bottom line, here's the thing. Captain America is still the only true super soldier here. He's stronger than everyone else. He's faster than everyone else. He's tougher than everyone else. And he's the best fighter out of the bunch. I mean, the man has had one-offs against Loki, against Ultron, and against Thanos. But while he could probably beat all of them individually, the kicker is a group fight. And I just don't see how Captain America is able to take them all down. I mean, by this point, Dom and the gang are just Looney Tunes characters. They have the power of family, and so are able to do anything and survive anything. Literally, they're just pulling off the same feats that Cap has pulled off in his movies. It's ridiculous. And I somehow don't think that Steve can take them all down all at the same time. They're somehow just too strong and too tough and too good of fighters to go down easy. And I can totally see them ganging up on Cap to take him down. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't think Captain America can beat the Fast Family by himself. The power of family is just too strong.